Hi, YouTube. To the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. I hope you have the best one in the world. Not much going on here today. I really haven't celebrated any Mother's, Father's Day, anything for many years around here, but this year was a little better for everybody. And so I'm making tonight, I'm going to make Doug's been craving French toast and bacon and real maple syrup. So he went to get some real maple syrup. So that'll be that'll be delicious, I'm sure. But yeah, um, I don't make stuff like that a lot. I used to make like pancakes and stuff for my kids, but now my daughter-in-law makes vegan pancakes. So I'm not quite sure how she makes it, but I might find out. It might be with a soy product or nut products, like they buy that nut cheese. It's cashew cheese. That sounds good if I wasn't allergic to nuts, but yeah. So yeah, that'll keep me busy later. So yeah, it's just a really nice day here. It's we've been getting a lot of rain, which is good. I mean, we need it in a sense, but yeah, I don't know. It's a happy balance for growing things. And yeah, so it's nice and sunny today, and that's about all that's really going on. I thought I'd just get on here and say, if you are fathers, I'm curious, what does being a father mean to you? And how serious of a role do you think fathers play in a household? And are grandpas important? And I don't know, curious thoughts, you know. For me, I had a grandfather, adopted grandfather, that meant the world to me. And speaking of French toast and pancakes, he would make pancakes quite often on Sunday and invite us over to have them. And we'd have him over for supper too. He lived next door. So um, he was one of them funny ones where, well, when he ate a salad, his dentures would kind of clank and drive me kind of crazy. But I don't know. What can I say? He used to babysit me too, and while we were building our house next door, they had sold the little house we moved in with Grandpa while it was being built, and yeah, I don't know. It's pretty funny. One time when I was about 4, I went into the new house and climbed up into the closet on the shelf. I'm not quite sure how I got up there. I might have used a chair. I don't remember, but I fell asleep up in there. So, till my adopted mom found me. But I don't know. Funny memories of different things. Yeah, I was lucky to have a good grandpa in my life. He was a stable spot, you know. So, of course, I didn't know him when he was a young man. He could have been a total dog, but I don't know. You know, people change, or a lot of people just cover up who they are inside. With age, they get better at hiding their baloney. So, at least some people I know. So that reminds me, I gotta tell you this. Oh, I'm still laughing about it because it was astounding. Um, doesn't matter what anybody believes or doesn't believe in their life if they're a good person, but this Catholic friend said, we were talking about kids, and out of his many children, he's got one that they don't really see eye to eye, so they don't talk a whole bunch. Well, I've got one that we don't see eye to eye, but he would call me too much. Um, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. We were talking about, and he says about his kid, he goes, I pray for him every Sunday. And when I told Doug that, Doug goes, "Well, what about like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?" I'm like, "Exactly." I go, "It was all I could do at that moment not to say something, just kind of bite my tongue, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, the heck with the other days, I just found it kind of odd. But anyway, yeah, this guy, I don't know if he realized or not or whatever, but I feel uncomfortable if Doug isn't home with the guy there. And I told him Doug wasn't home, and he said he'd drive up for a minute anyway, because I yelled it down the driveway twice. And I'm thinking, is this dude deaf or ignoring me? And then, um, but yeah, that's just how I am, you know. Even when I many years ago, people knew, just don't bug me when I'm alone here, If it's a guy, it's like have some freaking respect in life, but most people don't, So being that this guy's a friend of Doug's first before mine, before I knew him, it's like, I don't know. I still, excuse me, um, it's weird to me. This world is really weird to me. I mean, it's so liberal, it's so far left. They couldn't get any more. They're so far left, they're off the flipping existence plane. That's the way I feel about it. It's like way out there, outer limits, crazy, whacked. It's like whatever I thought I was going to do that was shocking to shock my parents when I was young. This is beyond trying to shock anybody. It's gone into full blown human regression. You know, I I don't know. That's just my opinion. So yeah, I wasn't quite sure anything I was going to talk about. I do that a lot. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth when I say it. It's like my daughter-in-law said about my oldest granddaughter, that she's like, my son, Luke, has no filter on his mouth. And I wrote back to her, I'm happy to know that he passed that on. As long as it's not filthy or nothing, say whatever you want to say. you know. Oh my goodness. So yeah. I'm waiting for them to call today, so that'll be a riot talking to my granddaughters. So, yeah. The one's 14, and that's a real difficult age. So, at least it was for me. Like, it was excruciating. My 15th year exactly was like, it was so busy, it was crazy. I was taking chef's class and um, actually checked out a discovery if I wanted to do other things like bookkeeping or welding. I tried welding. I wrote my name um, on a piece of metal, and first I cut off the edges to make it kind of rounded and ground it down, and then I welded my name on there. It's like, yeah, okay, now I know what this is. I'm good. I mean, I was curious just to try it, but I don't know. I had fun in chef's class. That was fun. And I made French toast. That was my breakfast. I made French toast, bacon, sausage, and scrambled eggs and juice for the teachers, or the instructors, the professors in this technical college. And then for my dinner, I picked, or lunch, it was a Reuben sandwich with tomato bisque. So, yeah. And I still love Reuben sandwiches to this day. Yeah. I had never had one till I made it in that technical school. So it's like, yeah. Then I got addicted to them. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah, they gave me high points. The two teachers that I was signed up to get my food. they liked it. So it's like, okay. And then we took business management along with that. What it was is chef's course, business management and chef for a restaurateur in case I wanted to open a restaurant someday, or even work in that industry. I wanted to know it from the ground up, and I thought everybody's got to eat. And it's the same with nursing. When I went into nursing school, I'm thinking, well, people, oh, and speaking of that too, people get injured, so you got to eat and you get injured. So yesterday, Doug dropped a 1,000-pound motor on his left leg, and he's got a gash like that long down the whole thing. He thought he broke it, and when he come in after a shower, I wrapped it up with gauze and put some ointment on there, wrapped it up, and then I took an ace bandage and I wrapped that up. And from what I could feel, it wasn't broke, but it was so close to being broken. He's got a great big calf, so he's lucky he's very muscular, stout, and otherwise, if it had been a skinny leg, it might have just snapped. But I don't know. He did break his ankle once. He tripped on some hoses in his shop that were connected underneath the um, welder, I think, or one of his something out there. But I've worked in body shops too. Well, yeah, we own one, but I mean, it doesn't matter. It's like the hoses want to, even if you wrap them up and put them on the wall, it's like they want to grab each other and do things. It's like it never fails if you're working in there and they want to curl up and do crazy things. It's like hoses are dangerous. So he tripped on that and snapped his ankle. So, yeah, I was doing all the shopping and running and bills and everything for a while till he healed. And he does that a lot for me too. If one of us is having a rough day, and I'm thinking last night, I thought, oh, you know, do you need to go to the emergency room right now? And he's like, maybe tomorrow. And I said, well, you'll know by morning, for sure. So, but anyway, seems to be okay. But too, like I told him, it could be like we've each got chip bones or a hairline fracture going lengthways in the bone is very very painful, and it will sustain the weight of your muscles, but it will your nerve endings and stuff would be irritated and drive you crazy. So that could be going on in there too, or a chip in a bone freaking hurts. So yeah, it could be any of the above, and he might need X-rays. So I did check it out as far as what I could feel, and it was cold up above and below, and hot in between, and gashed and bruised. So we'll just see what's going on today. He's walking on it, but that doesn't always mean anything. I was walking on broken toes and didn't even know it that day until the next day I got up to let my dog out, and it's like, oh my god, okay, these hurt. you know I was making a breakfast that night, and I had what was it, I think it was either an old air conditioner or a microwave or something I had moved off a counter that I was going to take out and get rid of, but I put it in the hallway by my, well, my dishwasher's in the kitchen, but there's a hall right there. And I turned around, and I was in a hurry, and I turned around and just walked right into it because I wasn't used to having it there like a dingbat. So then I crammed my little toe and my one next to it, and the one next to that had some damage from other accidents, and it's like, whoa. So I had a half a year of broken toes. Then I had another half a year of catching Doug and breaking my shoulder and down my arm right after that. And all this happened right after I had a horse accident, and I had an operation and allergies before that. I mean, and early menopause and all this stuff. It's just so crazy. My point is healing the human body. It's such a crazy thing. Even a stroke. I mean, the things and spinal cord injury, couldn't walk, all these things I've been through and healing. It's just freaking remarkable. And I took judo and yoga at 15. Like I said, that was a busy year, but I was so thankful, and I am ballet dance, and I was so thankful for being active all my life because that's totally saved me. Even when I could barely walk or not walk at all, that strength from inside myself of being competitive totally saved my life so many times, you know. So, yeah. So that's about what's going on around here today. Not too much, you know. And oh, Tony, if you're watching, um, your relatives in Missouri, I been there. Actually stayed there for about a week. Outside of the St. Louis area, and but I did see the arch. I was in that park, but yeah, long time ago. Oh my God, it was so hot. I got sick from the. We get hot and humid like that here too, but I was pregnant, so. But anyway, oh wow, that was a rough summer. But anyway, yeah, it's muggy. What can I say? You know, what always freaks me out is Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas, and both cities named the same thing right next to each other across the bridge. It's like, what? They couldn't decide on who gets the name for a whole big city, and the river was in between. So, like, why? I don't know. It's still weird. It's weird. Cities named, oh, I'm going to go to Kansas. Kansas, what? You know, I don't know how they talk about it down there. I guess I didn't get into the terminology of what they say from one city to the next. Oh, I'm going to Missouri. And I did. I was in Kansas and I walked across the bridge to Kansas City, Missouri. So, um, it was weird. Weird to me anyway. So, it's like here we've got the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and then kind of Duluth and Superior, Wisconsin are just across bridges on Lake Superior like that. And they have like a Twin City area going on, only much smaller than the Minneapolis St. Paul. But I love it up there much more. I can't wait to be there someday. And I will. I'll make my dream come true. So I figure, like here, we can go outside, we can do things, we can cut down a tree and burn the wood and have a campfire if we want or that type of thing. But when I can't make a bonfire anymore, I might as well be sitting up by a lake looking out and watching the ships go by and all that. At least if I can still see. Or go out and walk along the beach and that type of thing, if I can still walk. So you never know. You never know what'll happen. My mother in law had a stroke and she couldn't eat or talk. She could mumble, but nobody could understand her. So, I mean, things happen in life. And, I'm going to say it here. Here goes blah, 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 blah. But, well, I won't tell you exactly what she did. I don't mean to me. I just mean as a person. She talked too much about nothing. So God said, hey, if you aren't going to use that mouth right, why do you need it? That's horrible, but that's the truth. It makes me wonder, you know? It's like, I'm not saying like people have injuries because, they deserve to have them. But it makes me wonder, even when I've been incapacitated, have to sit, and I'm sitting wondering, why do I have to sit here? What is the purpose of this? And maybe there isn't always a reason, but at the end of it all, there seemed to be. So that's just the curious thing that I've noticed in my life, the things that are going on. So that's about all that's going on today. I'll show you the outside. Oops, maybe I won't. Yeah, I will. No,